So about 1.5 days of intense discussions, presentations, feedbacks, queries. I would say this is one of the better organized workshops among the 5 we had earlier. More, I would say, compact and more serious discussions. Perhaps more variety was there. For the first time, we included a lot of presentations from states. There was a northeastern flavor also into the program. All in all, I would say much better, more compact, and as we evolve as we go forward. That is how we take these workshops. So we talked about perception in the beginning, right? Perception about cooperatives. We also had a presentation on Banaskantha. Again, a question of perception. So we perhaps the need to change perception, become more professional, learn from each other. A lot of good practices across the country, and I'm happy, and I'm sure a lot of people would have taken note of these practices and decided to visit some of these locations. In fact, as part of the meeting of the state cooperative ministers on 17th of February in Gandhinagar, we intend to take one day out to all those states intending to see either Banaskantha or Anand. We'll finalize that and take you and showcase some of these best practices in the neighboring districts. That will be a good opportunity to see some of these practices. We talked about PAX computerization in the first session, immediately after the inaugural session. Something which is very, very critical to be moving forward in a more comprehensive and a cohesive way. We are all of the firm opinion that PACs are the backbone of the entire cooperative system. And unless we digitize and the entire transactions there and ensure seamless flow of information from the PACs, especially credit information, PACs being the third and the lowest layer of the credit cooperative structure in the villages, in the rural areas, and not being a bank. Now, they are not banks, so they are not under the purview of RBI, but they are still under the self-regulatory control of NABARD. It is very important and essential to computerize and move forward quickly on this. A lot of states have legacy issues, the dynamic trends not happening, system audit not happening. Please address those. I won't go into states. Please address those issues quickly. Let's finish this and move forward. A lot of more things to add. A lot of modules are there. Please activate those modules. Please ensure substantial transactions on the system. All in all, I would say, please focus on this scheme. My request to RCSs and secretaries, please firstly have a look. And as I said earlier in my opening remarks, please visit some of the PACs. We'll have first-hand information of what is happening in those areas and where the gaps are of understanding. As there's always an attrition of information as it goes down the channel, perhaps some corrective steps might be required to ensure that this is corrected in your states. Grain storage is a very important and a very critical initiative of the ministry, complicated as well. Over last 1.5 years, we have racked our brains to come to I would say, solution which can attract states and also ensure that these godowns also get grounded. A lot of effort has gone at the highest level. Honorable Minister has taken a series of meetings with various ministers to sort it out. We have sat down multiple times with various ministries, FCI, agriculture, and a lot of changes have been brought in their schemes, enabling a better, I would say, output as far as the grain storage program goes. FCI, after a lot of effort, we have seen a turnaround. 9 years, I would say, unequivocal assurance for hiring is something which will push the momentum forward in the grain storage program. All the states, if you see the PEG scheme, the private entrepreneurship guarantee scheme of the FCI, which allowed private entrepreneurs to construct godowns only through a 9-year hiring guarantee. Now we are providing much more than that. So a lot of times I hear this that these are not viable in spite of the guarantee. I would say if private people can make it only with the guarantee, with the pluses we have added into the system, with the additional add-ons there, it should be viable. If there are any issues on that, please come back to us. Please do not keep on debating inside in a state and keep on giving the idea that we are working on it, but actually not working. Any issue which constrains you in completing your, I would say, assigned targets, please come back to us. We also had a meeting at the highest level. Cabinet Secretary himself took a meeting, all the concerned departments invited, and some way forward was decided, interim way forward, that we'll hit a 5 lakh completion of 5 lakh tons of target by September 26. and 50 lakh tons of constructed godown space under this program by September 2027. These are two targets you have to meet. And these have been finalized after a lot of discussion, deliberation, and these are the commitments given by the ministry to the cabinet secretary, which is being monitored on a monthly basis. So this is something which I want states to work on. As we've seen the presentations from the NDDB, NFDB, the Banas Dairy and states, we cannot say with conviction that the multi-purpose packs formation, the 2 lakh packs formation, we are saturated. What we did was we took the data from various states and saw across mainland states, plain states, how many members were there in every packs. A huge difference between the packs across states. So if you take one number across the country, 1 lakh packs, 13 crore members, it translates to 1300 members per packs. If that be the cutoff mark or a benchmark, many states are much above that, nearly 2,000, 1,500. They need to look into these aspects. And secondly, many states have undertaken or about to undertake a membership drive. Now you keep on adding members, packs are becoming unviable. That is number one. Number two, you have to make a case before the NABARD and RBI of having new DCCs being sanctioned. Right? Now that can only, and you are still continuing with the old districts. All the DCCBs, most of the states are as per the old erstwhile districts. If you want to get new sanctioned, you have to create space for those DCCBs to appear. For that, you require these new packs being created, members being added. Both have to happen simultaneously for all your new banks to be viable. It's a exercise which all the dots are linked. You cannot disengage them and work in isolation. That is something I want states to work on. That there's a need for us to work with the membership, get new packs created, get new DCCBs created, and accordingly ensure that they are viable. So this is something which I want the states to work on. In fact, we have been engaging with the RBI on a continuous basis, and among the many issues we have sorted out, one of the issues got sorted out yesterday was that there was a restriction under Section 20 of the BR Act on directors of cooperative societies from taking loans from the State Cooperative Bank and DCCB. That has been dispensed. This circle I will share with all of you. That is one big grievance of states, that the directors, because they were they were primarily representatives of societies. Societies were members, not the persons themselves. But they were barred from taking loans from the respective banks and packs. That has been dispensed. Now that gives a lot of ease and comfort to the members who have. This has been there for a long time. Perhaps it was not agitated properly at the highest level. We have done that, and that has been taken care of. We have, if you look into the banking issues, ARDB report, some states have these Bhumi banks or land development banks. If you don't give me comments, we are constrained to say that RBI is not moving forward, waiting for comments from states, which we're waiting for comments from us, and in turn we're waiting for comments from states. Please ensure that the comments on the ARDB report is given to us quickly. We have talked in detail about the umbrella organization and the shared services entity, the Sahkar SAR. Now, these entities have been created after a lot of effort with the RBI. This is not a one-year job. For years, this attempt was on to put this system into place. They've seen the light of the day. They will provide uniform technology to all the banks. They'll do away with this fly-by-night operators providing technology, suspect technology, prices not being proper. They will be able to negotiate a much better price, which we are seeing already. The difference is already apparent to us. Please ensure that all your banks become members of these two societies and avail services. One part is becoming member, second part is availing services. I'm sure a simple review at your level with these banks will push them to take advantage of the services being provided by these two entities. Business diversification with the banks, especially the rural cooperative banks, is very, very important. We had a session on that. That is something which I want states to work on. We had presentations from the Director IRMA and Director Vamnicom on the capacity building initiatives as well as potentialities and possibilities in capacity building. We also saw some best practices being presented by states. I would say this is something which is extremely critical to proper professional functioning of the cooperatives. Please work on the intake of persons in these societies and your federations, and ensure that we put up a seamless system in place, which is a direct entry for competitive process, not through, I would say, by nomination or by knowing people. That is something which our Honorable Minister has been saying time and again, that need to finish Bhai Bhatijawad in cooperatives. That is something which I request states to work on. Some states have started working on it. I would request states to keep this on priority. As I said earlier in my opening remarks, social media is a casualty as far as cooperative goes. I don't see much inputs in the social positive info or stories in the social media. It's high time we created our own systems and ensure that we had our own accounts on social media, and please positively push stories on the social media, and please link us also as well. We'll be able to broad base it and escalate it at a higher level. We also request our minister sometimes to pick up stories which are very, very critical for the cooperative movement. So at least we'll have a broad base and people will see and know what is happening. We are finished with the International Day of Cooperatives, and there were certain commitments we had given at the beginning of the year in January 2025. One of them was the Business Reform Action Plan, which we intend to unveil shortly. Please have a look at what we have prepared. The draft is ready. Give your comments quickly. Secondly, your best practices. Now, what happened was in the last State Cooperative Ministers meeting, a commitment was made that before the next State Cooperative Ministers meeting, we'll publish a manual or a compendium of best practices in the cooperative sector from the states. Most of the states have given their best practices. Those who have not given will publish it without their best practices. My last request to all of you, please ensure that the best practices reach in the next 5 to 7 days time. In fact, you keep on giving to me informally, but formally they don't come. So please ensure that they come to us, and we'll be able to flag it accordingly in the compendium which we are preparing. Cooperative policy formulation is another exercise which have been nudging states on. Some states have done good work. I have talked about it in the initial remarks also. Please keep on working on that. That is something will give you a roadmap of what you want to do. I want it to be a state-specific exercise. You have a national level document in your hand. Please see what best you can take out of it and see what best doesn't suit you. You want to customize it, please do it quickly. At least we can work in unison in taking the cooperative movement forward. We're also working on sustainability and circularity. I think we touched upon it in the presentations, especially in the dairy sector. This is something which states can work on. We are creating multi-state cooperative societies. You could benefit with the type of initiatives we are funding through a lot of money. See, all these initiatives, be it Bharat Taxi, we recently presented in the last presentation, or the 3 cooperative societies, NCL, NCL or BBSSL, or these 3 new being created, a lot of fund is being committed by the national level federations and NCDC and NABARD. A lot of money is being pumped into it to ensure that these societies don't falter at the initial step. I would say 1,000 crore, Pankaj, for your SSC, 1,000 crore. How much for Sekar Taxi presently? Abhi 10 crore initial diya hai. 100 crores for your NCL, 50 crores for BBSL. So a lot of money has been committed by none. We have not, barring NCDC, we have not committed anything from the state government of India side. A lot of money the premium organizations are committing for these institutions. We have to ensure that they succeed and are alive and kicking. Northeastern sector was an eye-opener. I would say good opportunity for us to hear from states like Mizoram, Manipur, as well as Netfee presented what is happening in the states. We intend to give more focus to Northeastern states in the coming days, and we'll try to create a cell in the ministry to take all the initiatives forward. And I was discussing with the CGM NABARD, Guwahati also, RO office Guwahati, could we have a similar cell in their office to take care of all the issues of the Northeastern states, and we intend to come shortly to the Northeastern states for a separate work, I would say, session for all these Northeastern states in a smaller state. We will not go to Guwahati. We always come to Guwahati, and a lot of states feel that smaller states are not represented. We'll come to a smaller state for this review workshop. What I would say is that this sector has immense possibilities. We have seen the Banas example, which was an eye-opener for all of us. A lot of things happening in Banas dairy. A lot of activities happening beyond dairy in Banas, which is something which is worth, I would say, seeing, which I have already mentioned. But the problem in cooperative is, which Pankaj also pointed out 2-3 times in his remarks yesterday and today, is हम लोग सहज नहीं हैं, हम लोग बहुत we are too much I would say rule bound in cooperative. That's why people want to run away from the state cooperative and get registered in the multi-state cooperative society. Perhaps a better balance has to be brought about. देखिए कहाँ पर हम इनको हटा सकते हैं, ठीक कर सकते हैं, सहज कर सकते हैं. I think ease of doing business is very much required in cooperatives. हम और सेक्टर्स में कर रहे हैं, कोऑपरेटिव में कर रहे हैं, अपने एक्ट्स ठीक कर रहे हैं. Cooperative sector, the way we look at cooperatives, perhaps we need to work on the ease of doing business. Only then will cooperatives be able to flourish. If forming a cooperative is a fundamental right, perhaps we are far away from it. We are doing it actually just the opposite. This is something which I want the state to work on. And membership drive. Some states have done very well in membership drive. बहुत ज़्यादा मैंने अपने ओपनिंग रिमार्क्स में भी बोला था, कंस्ट्रेंट्स हैं, पॉलिटिकल आई वुड से विल नहीं है मेंबरशिप बढ़ाने के लिए. इस पे हमको काम करना होगा. आवर वर्क एज ब्यूरोक्रेट इज टू कीप ऑन टेलिंग व्हाट इज राइट फॉर द स्टेट एंड फॉर द कोऑपरेटिव, इट इज फॉर द हायर अथॉरिटीज टू डिसाइड. बट फ्रॉम आवर साइड वी शुड नॉट शाई अवे फ्रॉम पुटिंग दिस पॉइंट इन द विद द बिफोर द पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स दैट दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. भारत टैक्सी अभी हम शुरू कर रहे हैं एनसीआर और गुजरात में. इट विल स्लोली गो इनटू अदर स्टेट्स. विद इन अ ईयर और ईयर एंड half of the states would get covered from this with this exercise. Your support would be extremely essential and critical to take this movement forward. Idea is Olas and Ubers have fleeced them for a long time. It's high time drivers take their own decisions and become owners of the way they want to function and provide services to the people. Always keeping customers in mind. काफी अच्छा काम उस पे हुआ है. We made a very small snippet आपको दिखाया. We'll share details with you in the coming days what we intend to with the Bharat Taxi and how we want to take it forward. और बहुत सारे इनिशिएटिव्स मंत्रालय ले रहा है, सोच रहा है. एनी गुड आइडिया यू हैव, शेयर विद अस. एनी गुड बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस आर्टिकल सहित हमको भेजिए, हम उसको पब्लिश अपनी मैगजीन्स में करेंगे. अब प्लीज शेयर योर, एज आई कपिल प्ले रिप्रेजेंटेशन आल्सो, प्लीज शेयर योर मैगजीन्स विद अस. वी वांट टू सी व्हाट इज बीइंग पब्लिश्ड एंड वी वांट टू लर्न फ्रॉम इट एंड आल्सो see if something can pick up at the national level. Ideas, we work in cohesion together. It's not a question of the central government or the state government or pointing fingers at each other. It's own sector, it's a state specific subject. It can move only forward when states and center move in unison. That is the point I want to make at the end before you close the workshop. I am thankful to all of you who have spared time for 1.5 days to come and interact and share your views and I would say concerns. Taking note of the concerns and the points you have made. We also taken note of some of the suggestions which have come in. And best practices, we'll also send you a informal record of discussion. All presentations will be shared with you, and we look forward to seeing you in the next workshop, most probably in Banaras. I'm not sure about it as yet, but we'll keep you informed about it. Thank you so much.